Hi, in this video we can see how we can change the configuration of a security group. Let's start with an example to configure a security group and start with the full admin security group in this case. Here we see the list of members that are included in the security group and will by this get the permissions that are listed here below. We can easily remove a person to be no more able to get the permissions that are listed just by deleting the member, or if a new member is to be included in a list to get the permissions as well, we just easily include the member in here, and a few minutes later all the permissions will automatically be rolled out to the user just put in the list of members. Let's see how we can change the list of permissions that are used in the security group. For this, we need to move to the user grant permissions admin section. We know it already from granting permissions to dedicated users. We have in here the standard permissions and the system, and we have an area to define the security group permissions and maybe also remove the permissions of a security group. Let's start with the example to add a permission to a security group. For this, we usually have the user system to be used here, selecting the security group we want to use. In this case, we take the all users example. The level we want to define the access to be granted for. In this case, we use a portfolio. Other options might be a sub-portfolio, a wizard, customer level, or others. We select in the next column the portfolio we want the permissions to be granted for. In this case, we select the project portfolio. And last but not least, we define the role that will be added to the security group, and for this then to be used as the role granted to the members that are listed in the security group. In this case, we add the role of item reader to have the permissions to read in every item of the project portfolio. Clicking on the plus button will add this permission. Moving back to the example of all user security group, we will find the new permission just added by the user grant permissions admin section. In this list here, we can find the item reader for the portfolio project. Let's go back and see how we can remove that. Here we can see the complete list. We can also select whatever we want in this table. For example, the security group we just worked on, and see here the portfolio project item reader can be removed by this delete icon. Going back to our security group, refreshing, loading the latest set of permissions, we can see the permission was deleted from over here. This was the key overview to configure security groups. Thanks for your attention.